Yeah.
from the profession, let us look at your family life. You mentioned your children. You're married to Dr. Umila Solanki,
Yes.
who is also a medical professional just like you. Can you tell us about your wife?
Yeah, my wife did, like me, a post-graduation degree from London University. I did from Edinburgh University, FRCS. So when you do a post-graduation, and both of us had been working always together. We went to all this country. We had 2 children, 2 daughters. Both of them were...
Tell me they are studying medicine as well.
No, they didn't. In fact, one of them...
I would have said the Solanki family, the Solanki doctor family.
Yeah, no. The reason is my children, I give them full freedom, whatever they chose.
Oh.
And at the moment, they're doing much, much, or 1,000 times better than any doctor.
Really?
Both, yes. Both of them.
Also
they traveled a lot. One of them did an MBA from the most prestigious university in US. And she's working for an international company. She has to travel all over the world. It's one of the biggest mining company.
Oh, mining company.
But she looks after what you call a human resources for that type of a thing. Okay. She has to travel all over the world.
And the other one?
So she's very happy. She's married to...
not a doctor.
There,
no,
see,
no,
they are settled, very settled. The other one is like IT, right? And they are doing very well. And I've got 3 grandchildren. In fact, they came last Christmas time here. They spent 15 days with us. They did a very beautiful documentary like that on Gambia. 3 of them. 8, 7, 6, right? They do very well. I go every year to see them. In fact, it was my daughter who insisted I should come and hug. That's one. When we came for a holiday, it was Dr. Bo, Dr. Pachanjai, who had worked with me as a medical officer in olden time, and a couple of more. What you call Yankuba, right? He was here as surgeon, but at that time, when I came first time, he was my medical officer. So they had a tremendous respect for us. They requested us, and I went back to America. I asked my daughter, I said, no, you should go and help. Instead of going around, we were just always traveling. My first passion is traveling, gardening, and reading. These are my 3 obsessions.
I was going to talk about your obsessions, rather, your hobbies, doctor.
Yeah.
I understand you do a lot of reading. I hope not only medical books. You may like to read some other books as well.
Yeah.
What do you read, doctor?
At the moment, I'm reading Gitanjali. Gitanjali is a poem which got a Nobel Prize by Rabindranath Tagore. That was the first edition, something like 1930s. But this year, they're celebrating 100 years or something like that. So 3rd person, he had translated 3rd time differently. The first was Rabindranath Tagore, who got a Nobel Prize for that little thin book. It's nothing but the poems.
Compilation of poems.
Yeah, and the poems are like a prayer and all those type of thing. In fact, you're one of your posters, when I was seeing last election, which said that from the darkness to light, it is actually offering of us that from Gitanjali. All right, people probably may know, or maybe coincidentally, it is quoted there. You know, on the road, there's a big picture of our President Yahya Jammeh. Down is written from darkness to light. Right. It is actually an offering of a poem or a prayer to God by Rabindranath Tagore.
Dr. Solanki, you retired in the United States in 2005.
Yes.
And came back to the Gambia in 2006. Why did you come back?
It was an accident. Anywhere I went, I never planned. When I went to England, it was not planned. All right? I came, I'll tell you exactly. We were attending a wedding in England, one of my wife's cousin. and we had spent 4 weeks around in England. We had 2 weeks more, so we were supposed to go anywhere. We don't plan, so we were supposed to go to Egypt. We were trying to advance a booking and everything. We were trying to do. Coincidentally, there was some bombing in that area. Last minute, we changed our mind. And it was Mrs. Solanki said, can we go for 15 days? I said, no, why you want to go to the same place again? You know, indirectly. So I said, no, let's see. She went on the internet. And there was, like, you know, all these people who come during tourist season.
Yeah.
So we said, all right, let's go and spend, because after wedding, normally you're busy, you wanted to relax. We came in the hotel, we stayed. Actually, the first weekend we stayed, we didn't go out anywhere. We were spending in the hotel, swimming, this. Then on Monday, I thought, let's go and see our old place, how RBTH looking. The first people I met was actually Mr. Barrow, then that time was Pachanjay was a CMD, right? Dr. Bo was a Minister of Health. So when Pacha, I knew very well.
It's Malik Jai, that's it.
Malik Jai, yeah. I call him Pacha, so
everybody does call him that.
So he said, all right, look, you must. So I visit, there was some going on. He took me around and said, look, you must come back, because he was working in surgery with me. So they all decided. I said, let me go back and think over. This is what happened. Then I got a call from Dr. Bo, because he was the Minister of Health. Then Modu Banga, and then a lot of people from the hospital, actually. They must have, whatever happened behind here, I have no clue. But eventually, I accepted. We came, and the first or second week, Ibrahima we used to have a magazine from RBTH. He took an interview. There was a picture of mine somehow. And your ex-vice president, Andrew Kamara. He saw a picture. The next thing he said, oh yeah, you bring him to my place. We had a cup of tea, reminiscence of the old days. And they always talk to me, because the people are friendly. A lot of them, they don't know me even now. They know only the name, Solanki. When I go somewhere, most of them are very helpful to me. And I feel comfortable because I grew up in Uganda, or one of the countries which is very similar. Belize, which is very similar, but it's more towards Central American, so they are more American civilization. But here, it's different. And we enjoy. I can tell you, tomorrow, I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, tomorrow means I never plan.
Doctor, do you have constraints in your work here at the RVTH?
See, constraint will be there in any country, because in a hospital, you see, this is not an affluent society or affluent country. So majority of the country, like I give you a rough estimate. When I was in Belize, I was actually, besides surgeon, I used to help them in a highest level,
policy.
Normally, see, most of the countries, they allocate their GDP or whatever you're earning, 10% of your GDP goes into the health system. The rest, like in 10, 12%, depending upon the country, they spend on education, then they spend on army and all. So what is your priority? But I can tell you, it is getting better in a way, because of this president, Professor Eja Jame, he did one of the very good things. He probably had a vision, and he established the Gambian University. And I can tell you, all these boys who come from a medical school, their standard is really, really good. Of course, I was an examiner. I've been teaching for the last 6 years, right? And I can compare their standard compared to other countries. The standard is good. Constraint will always be there in most of the country, whether it is England, whether it is anywhere, any country, right? So whatever they have,